Croeso Pub to the games under £15 PSN sale. This is a huge sale with a lot of games that are on really good discounts, and I found a lot of good ones that can save you over £240, which is a lot of money, and you'll have a lot of fun playing them as well. So if you like saving a lot of money and playing a lot of good games, then subscribe and you'll never miss out on a good deal ever again. You're welcome here anytime. Okay, this sale ends on the 20th of July, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. First up is a Fold Apart. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.74, which is really great. This is a puzzle platformer where a couple is forced into a long-distance relationship, and you must solve paper-based folding puzzles to help the couple's relationship survive. It features over 50 puzzles and a customizable couple to play as, which is a nice little touch. This looks like a really cool little puzzle game with a pretty nice art style as well. So if you're in dire need for some couples therapy, or you really like puzzle games, you should take a look at this because it looks pretty decent. And if you've never played a puzzle game before, this is a pretty cheap one and it looks good, so you might want to check it out as well. Take a look. We have a twin stick shooter next, Alien Nation. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really good. In this game, Earth has been invaded and mankind has been devastated, so you get to join an elite squad to fight back against the aliens and save humanity from extinction. It features multiple classes, skill upgrades, weapon customization, and 4-player online multiplayer as well. I really like the look of this game. Twin stick shooters can be a lot of fun, and the weapons and theme of this game looks really good. The explosions and the rockets and all that look really great. The graphics look very neon and very cool. I bet it'll be a blast to play. So if you're a fan of twin stick shooters, especially ones that have classes and skill upgrades so you can customize your character to play your way, you'll probably really enjoy this. So you should definitely check it out. You might really enjoy it. And hey, if you haven't played a twin stick shooter before, this looks like a really decent one with a lot of good gameplay mechanics. So it'd be a good place to get started. If you're interested, definitely take a look at it. You might find your new favourite genre and have a lot of fun saving mankind from an alien invasion. Take a look. We have a JRPG next, Arafel Enhanced Edition. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £4.49, which is really great, especially for a JRPG, and this edition even includes a revamped battle system, new classes and skills, a new user interface, updated crafting system, a new enchanting system, a new difficulty mode, auto-saving, Twitch integration, and more. So it's got a massive amount of extra features and content, so you can't really ask for much more. It looks like a really good deal. In this JRPG, you play as Lita to relive the golden age of RPGs. This game combines classic 16-bit JRPG gameplay with new modern mechanics. It features a deep and engaging story, complex characters, and gameplay elements from visual novels and adventure games. So it seems like a really cool modern take on the classic 16-bit JRPGs. So if you're a fan of the old school ones, you'll probably love this game. And if you never played one of the old ones, then you might want to pick up one of the old ones or this, because it's not a bad deal. We have a VR game next, Blind. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of $1.99, which is really great, especially for a VR game. This is a puzzle psychological thriller with move controller support, which is really cool, where you play as a young woman who wakes up blind in a strange room with no memories. Goaded by the sinister warden, you must use echolocation to explore a frightening mansion, solving puzzles along the way to find out what's going on and escape. This looks like a great game for brave VR players who like psychological thrillers or horror in VR. That's not me. It scares me too much. But hey, if that's what you like, this looks like a really good game for you. You should definitely check it out at this price. We'll go in old school next. Castlevania Anniversary Collection. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, but the games are much older than that really, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £3.19, which is great value, as this collection includes Castlevania 1-4, Bloodlines, 2 Game Boy games, Kid Dracula, and even the ebook of the history of Castlevania. So if you're a fan of Castlevania, these are all of the past games, and you get some cool extra content as well, which you'll probably really enjoy. In these Metroidvania games, you get to replay the legendary series that created a new genre. playing as various Belmonts throughout history, hunting vampires and demons, including Dracula himself. They feature huge open worlds full of hidden abilities, epic boss battles, and a load of enemies to fight. So if you're interested, why not take a look? You may find your new favourite genre, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. Check it out. Up next is DMC Devil May Cry Definitive Edition. It was released in 2015, so it's 7 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £8.74, which is really good, as this edition has enhanced full HD 60 frames per second graphics, and includes all of the DLC as well, for the complete game. In this reboot of the legendary series, you get to play as both Dante and Virgil, as they traverse the demonic world of Limbo, chaining together stylish combos with up to 8 unique weapons. The original franchise was a huge deal, and you can still pick them up in bundles every now and again. But this reboot got good reviews at the time, and people really liked it. It hasn't spawned a sequel, and it's probably not going to at this point, but that still doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's decent, and if you play the originals, or you like this sort of game, it might just be worth your time. We have a puzzle platformer next, Flippin' Death. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on at least an 80% discount for the price of £3.19 or £1.59 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal for a really good game. In this puzzle platformer, you play as Penny, who dies under mysterious circumstances, but wakes up to find you are now Death himself, and now you must flip between the world of the living and the dead in order to solve puzzles and unravel the mystery of your demise. This is made by a studio that I absolutely love, the same studio that made Stick It to the Man, which was an absolutely awesome puzzle platformer that I played on PS3, and I absolutely adored it. They make really cool games with really intelligent puzzles and some quirky humour as well. They're just a really good game studio from what I've seen. In any case, I can't recommend this highly enough. If you like puzzle platformers, definitely check it out. And if you've never played a puzzle platformer before, then why not start with this one? I promise you'll enjoy it. Mountain Blade Warband is our next game. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really great. In this third-person action strategy game, you get to play in a freeform sandbox world, filled with villages, towns, and castles, where you are free to be a lone wandering warrior, or command your own faction, assaulting enemy castles, with a vast array of weapons and horses, and it even features 32-player online multiplayer as well, which is great. This is a really unique series of games, as you get to control yourself in massive battles. There's really not a lot of limit to this game. You can recruit hundreds of people into your personal army, and then fight alongside them as you attack castles, villages, towns, bandits, anything really. If you're a fan of medieval combat, and you like action strategy games, you'll love this game. It's very different, it's very unique, and it's a really great game that I think you'll have a lot of fun playing, especially if you like the sound of it. So why not take a look? And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, which you probably haven't because it's so unique and different, then I would definitely recommend taking a look at it. At this price, if you like anything to do with medieval combat, action games, strategy games, anything like that, you'll probably have a lot of fun. So if you're tempted, take a look at it. But if not, don't worry, there's plenty more games for you to check out instead. We have a racer next, Need for Speed Payback. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 73% discount for the price of £6.74, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal. In this racer, your crew has been divided by betrayal, and is now reunited for revenge, to take down the House, a corrupt cartel that rules the city's casinos, criminals and cops. It features car customization, wreck rebuilds, and 8-player online multiplayer as well. Although like I've said before, the studio behind this game has been turning off the servers for the Need for Speed games lately, so I wouldn't rely on that too much. Need for Speed is a legendary gaming series that went downhill for a while, but it's getting back to how it was before. I don't think it'll ever be as good as it was, but hey, it's better than the slump it was in, and they're really good games again, and this is one of the good ones. So if you're a fan of street racing, and you want one of the more modern versions of Need for Speed, why not check this game out? It's a really good game from a legendary series, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. Check it out. And hey, if you haven't played a racer before, this is a really good series to get started with, because you get a lot of car customization, you can build, tweak, customize, colour all your cars. There's a lot of fun to just modding and editing your car. And on top of that, you get a lot of cool and exciting street races, with a good story as well. Well, as far as card games go anyway. So if you're interested, why not take a look? You may find your new favourite genre and get hooked, like so many others have on this series. We have a fighting game next, One Piece Burning Blood Gold Edition. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on an 85% discount for the price of £7.49, which is really good for an anime-based franchise game. And especially because this edition includes the Wanted 1 and 2 and the Luffy pack of 4 additional characters, 9 alternate characters, 14 costumes and more. So you're getting a ton of DLC in with this version as well, which is definitely worth the money. Like I said, this game is based on the One Piece show. It features 3v3 fighting, more than 40 characters to players, and massive special moves using the devil fruits and the haki techniques. So if you like fighting games and you're a fan of One Piece, you'll probably get a lot out of this game. But if you're not a fan of One Piece, or you don't like fighting games, you won't enjoy it, so pick up something else instead. More VR next, Rick and Morty Virtual Reality. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of $7.49, which is really decent, especially for a VR game, and one with an expensive franchise as well. In this VR adventure, where move controllers are required, so if you don't have them you can't play it, you get to play as a Morty clone, as you explore Rick's garage, the Smith household, and get to see another world and even space, all to help Rick out with his bizarre experiments by solving puzzles and completing missions with your favourite TV characters. So if you're a fan of the Rick and Morty show, and you've got a VR headset, you'll probably really want to check this out. It was one of the early games that came out for VR, so a lot of the puzzles and stuff are on the spot, in small areas. There's not a lot of sort of open world moving around gameplay, but hey, it's a really fun game, and there's a lot of cool stuff in it from the show, so if you're a fan of the series, you're bound to have a lot of fun with this. Why not check it out if you're a Rick and Morty fan? And hey, if you've never played a VR adventure before, then I wouldn't recommend this one. If you're not a massive fan of Rick and Morty, there are way better games to play instead. And they're cheaper too, so subscribe and I'll help you find them in future sales. Up next is Rive. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on at least an 85% discount for the price of £1.79 or £1.19 with PS Plus, which is really cheap. In this 2D shooter, space scavenger Roughshot gets trapped aboard a mysterious starship where he forms an alliance with a small spider tank to fight his way out of the ship to freedom. It features upgrades, hacking enemies, speedrunning, and single credit modes as well. So there's some cool extra modes to play this game on, and it's got some really good gameplay features as well. This looks like a really fun and hectic 2D shooter, so if you like 2D platformers with a ton of action and shooting, you'll probably really enjoy this game. So you should definitely check it out if that's piqued your interest. And hey, if you've never played a 2D shooter before, then this one looks pretty intense. I'm sure it's a ton of fun, but if you're not sure about it, don't worry about it. There's plenty more 2D shooters for you to play instead, and plenty more games in general. So stick around, and I'll help you find something else instead. Next up is an action adventure, Sea of Solitude. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really good. In this game you get to explore the Sea of Solitude, in a world where lonely humans turn into monsters, and as the changing water levels change the flooded landscape, it reveals new areas for you to explore, and new challenges to face along the way. The art style of this game looks really cool, and the monsters are really creepy, with the black art style for the characters in the game really helping it creep you out. This looks like a really decent action-adventure game, so if you're a fan of that genre, why not check it out? I've got a good feeling about this game, and I think you'd have a lot of fun playing it. And hey, if you've never played an action-adventure game before, this one looks like a really good one at a really decent price. You can get more AAA games for around the same price as this, but if you really like the look of this one, then why not go for it? Not every really good game is a AAA game, and this looks like a good game to me. So if you've got the same gut feeling I have, why not check it out? I'm sure you'll be really surprised. Up next is my star by Styx Shards of Darkness. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really phenomenal deal for such a good game. This is a stealth action game where you play as Styx the Goblin, exploring huge environments, assassinating or sneaking past enemies, while using an array of lethal upgradable abilities, weapons, traps, and items in order to complete your mission. It also features 2-player online co-op, which is awesome. More games should include that, especially for games like this. So if you ever played the old Tenchu games, you'll really enjoy this game. It's basically similar gameplay, but much cheaper, and no one's ever heard of it usually. It's an awesome game series, it's a decent price. If you like those sorts of stealth games, definitely take a look at it. And if you've never played a stealth assassination game like this before, but you like the sound of it, why not check it out? They're a lot of fun. If you've got the patience, you'll really enjoy them. Like I said, it's my style buy. Definitely take a look at it. And the final game I have for you is Valkyria Revolution. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £4.79, which is really decent. In this turn-based strategy game, which is set in the wake of Revolution, the Jutland's elite soldiers must band together to defeat the Rusi Empire and stop death itself, the Valkyria. It features a story full of political intrigue and a combat system mix of real-time combat and tactical strategy, so this is a really different game. It's also from a really big series that's been around quite a while and a lot of people really like it. And let's be honest, series don't hang around this long without them being really good games. So if you're a fan of strategy games, especially turn-based ones with a bit of mix of combat, then you'll really enjoy this game. It seems to have a really good story, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun for fans of this genre. So why not take a look at it if you like the sound of that? And hey, if you've never played a turn-based strategy game before, then this is a really good one, but they're not for everyone. So if you're not sure, don't worry about it. You can check out some other games instead. But hey, if you're interested, why not take a chance on it? You might find your new favourite genre and have a really good time. Take a look. And that's all the games I have for you for the Games Under £15 PSN sale. Man, that was a huge sale, and in this heat, woof, I could be doing better things than sat in this heat doing this. In any case, I hope you guys are enjoying the sun, and enjoying it while it lasts, because in the UK, we don't get it all the time, let's be honest. Anyway, what did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? And what about the style buy? Did it deserve it, or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments, and we can talk about it later. In any case, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly, I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.